Having them bring proper granite boulders into such a urban area has meant that we can do a bit of proper outdoor climbing and don't have to rent cars or go on long trips. Yeah, it just makes it way more accessible to do these outdoor activities close to home in a city.
I don't know, I kind of realised one time that there's a similarity between the way you think about a boulder problem and the way that you think about sculpture. And for me, a lot of the art that really excited me the most was about touch as much as vision. So my work's always been kind of about that. And I think it formed as an idea in my head one time when I was in Cornwall in the summer, laying on a beach, just picking up little pebbles and looking at them, and I kind of collected all these little beautiful pebbles. And just this idea, one day I thought, wow, imagine if that was bigger, you think about climbing it.
Whatever you do sort of stands the test of time a bit, doesn't it? It's like if you do a hard climb indoors, it's going to get taken down and a new one will get put up. Whereas if you do something outdoors, it's like it's always going to be there. It's not going to change. It's going to stay there for everyone to come and try in the future.
It's difficult to be surprised by a piece of art because usually you know when you're going to see it. You're going to go to a gallery or you're going to go to a place where there's a sculpture. So you're in a mindset of looking for a piece of art. So I was interested in trying to get away from that and just to do something where you didn't actually know what it was, It's a piece of rock and that's it. I don't mind if people don't see it as a piece of art at all,
These boulders in the park came from Cornwall, so it's like really nice, hard granite. It's like quite smooth as well, so it's not too savage on the skin. But one good thing about it is like really fast drying. So as soon as it stops raining for a bit, and if the wind picks up, the boulders will be sort of dry really quickly. So that definitely helps, given that it's in London in the UK.
You've got a left hand on the arete. You do a jump start to an undercling in the borehole. Then you readjust the feet and bring the left hand, bump it up on the arete quite far. And then it's kind of one big crouched dyno right to the top. It's quite a good hold at the top though, so as long as you just fully commit to standing up on those tiny feet, it's a nice slap. Kind of move over on the feet, and I then get a high heel and mantle, but some people get to do the mantle a little bit different.
As much as you can when you see something lying on the ground, try and imagine it in a different position, think about, steepness, slabbiness and all that kind of stuff. I guess I had confidence in that, there's some people that are just way better than I'll ever be and they'll find ways to climb them. No matter how hard they are, they will be climbed. So I wasn't really that worried, I guess. For my involvement in climbing, I just think that, why bother chipping, what's the point? I know people have a different attitude to that and think, well, if you can't climb it, put something that allows you to, but I don't know. I don't go with that. I think you take it as it is and respect it, and if you can't do it, you can't do it. Get better.
Down south's the hardest climb at the Shoreditch Park boulder, and it's kind of up the steepest face, following like some pretty bad holds actually, sort of hugging the left arete with your left hand, and then some like bad slopers for your right hand. And I found it really hard. For me, this one took me much longer than the 7Cs at Mabley Green, so even though it gets given an easier grade, it's only given 7B+, I found it much harder than some of the things at Mabley Green. But I think this one's really conditions dependent. I think the colder it is, it wouldn't actually feel too bad, but it kind of, because it's always in the sun as well, it just feels like especially hard when it's in this condition.
I don't know, what's the difference between you and a rock? You both got three-dimensionality, but I guess the most obvious difference is that you can move and the rock can't,
Climbing's just fighting gravity really, isn't it? It's like everything's just trying to pull you back down to the ground, but you're trying to fight it to get up something. And we sort of just chase those steeper, harder climbs where gravity's got more of an effect.